fam, it's me, your girl Faye, and I am back today with a tutorial video on how I make my custom shirts without using my Cricut cutter machine. So, I use this technique probably, um, maybe more often than I actually use the Cricut to cut out my shirts when I'm doing custom images, and that's only because I don't really like to take the time to sit there and babysit my Cricut to make sure that it's cutting out on the line, or sometimes the Cricut will not allow you to cut out your image with a big enough dimension because it only can cut out a certain size. And true Cricut users know exactly what I mean. And so I would need my image to be bigger than what it will allow me to cut it out to be. So in that case, I use this method in which I just print out an image on printable vinyl and I cut it by hand. So for this shirt I'm working on today, it is a Cocomelon theme. I found the image of the characters on Google. Just Googled Cocomelon, and I just went through all the images on Google and found one that I thought was cute or that I liked, and chose that one, added it to my Cricut design space, and then I added the letters "Happy Birthday, Byla" to the bottom of it. That background, that watermelon portion, is just shapes and colors that I merged together to make it look like it's a watermelon. I actually can create a tutorial video on how I create that as well. If you guys are interested in that, just let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to create a video on how I made that part. But yeah, so I created the bottom part and then I just merged it with the picture to make the image that you're looking at now. I did that in my design space, and you can actually use design space to create images for shirts without having a Cricut machine. I know that for a fact because before I got my Cricut, I downloaded design space and just started messing around with different things just to see, if I knew what I was doing, or, just to start trying to create different things. So you definitely can use it to your advantage like I'm doing now. If you don't have a Cricut machine, no big deal. You can still make it happen. So back to the image. So you're going to go ahead and make your image on your design space. You're going to print the image off on your printer on printable vinyl paper. That's what this paper is that I'm cutting out now. And you want to make sure that you size the picture as well perfectly to the shirt that you are creating. And yeah, go ahead and just start cutting it out by hand. To do this, you want to make sure that you have some really good scissors, you guys. Like, that is so important. I can't stress that enough. The scissors that I'm using right now, they're okay. They're kind of dull because I've been cutting like everything with them, and I've been having them for like a very long time. So I need to actually get some new ones. But scissors are like, they're like very important, like vital in this process. You want to make sure that they're sharp. You want to make sure that they have a good point to them. And that's going to help take a lot of stress off of your hands as well. Especially when you start cutting these little figures and people with all these different, outlines and curves and stuff like that. It helps if you have some really, really good scissors. So invest in a pair of good scissors and dedicate them solely to just cutting out your designs for your shirts, guys. It's going to save you so much heartache and pain in the end, I promise. And then, yeah, so just take your time. And that's another tip. Take your time when you're cutting out these images. Like, don't rush at all. Like, this process in total probably took me about 15 minutes. But I sped it up just for the sake of this video. I didn't want it to be too drawn out for y'all. but you want to take your time and do this cutting out with love. Like, you know, you're cutting this out as if it's your own shirt. Every shirt has to be like that, just to make sure that it comes out the way it's supposed to. And also, after I finish cutting it all out, there's a little piece in the middle, a little white piece I'm going to show you. I decided to cut that out. I didn't have to. In hindsight, I probably could have left it right there. I probably could have left it in there. Didn't really take or add to the image by me taking that out. But that's everything I'll cut out and finish. Then I'm going to place it on my shirt to make sure it's big enough. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and start prepping my shirt to be pressed. So I fold the shirt in half and make sure it's equal, so that way I can go ahead and press it and get it ready for the image. So that's what I'm doing here, folding it in half so it can get pressed in half. Then while it is pressing, I go ahead and I peel the backing off of my printable vinyl. So in this process, you guys, you want to make sure you're taking your time, because if you crinkle up this image, you're going to mess up the ink on the image, and then you're going to have to reprint it, and that's not what you want. So you want to take your time, be very gentle with pulling this backing off of the image. It's kind of like a wax paper or like a parchment paper almost that's on the back of it, and you can't press that on the shirt. So you see how I'm just taking my time kind of picking it, and then eventually I'll just find a spot that allows me to pull, and I pull the image away from the wax paper. I don't pull the wax paper away from the image. I feel like it's a little bit more neater if you do it that way, and you can control how the pressure of it pulling that way as well. It just helps to make the process a little bit more easier. So yep, that's how it looks when you pull it off. Then I'm going to press it. Pressed it on the shirt, and this is my finished shirt. You guys, isn't that so cute? So cute. Then I'm going to go ahead and put it in the packaging and get ready for my client to come pick it up. I put it in see-through packaging so that the client can look at it, make sure they like it before they leave. I put a little thank you note in the back. But you also always want to make sure they see their product before they leave, because if they don't like something, you can make changes right then. But yeah, that's my shirt. That's my process. I love you guys. Peace.